Hello everyone. So we have a new hero and then the patch notes that we need to go through. So let's take a look at what the new hero does and then we will go to the patch notes.
You called a monster hunter, mate?
Making her British was weird.
Tea, anyone? Trap set! Got you good! Breathing gunshot! A perfect hunt! Time to unleash the monster!
Okay, before we see the ult. This little issue here, where she's getting overshield for dashing, should not be a thing. I don't think Bucky should have it, and I don't think she should have it either. But with that said, uh, the only ability of hers that I really like is the trap one.
Trap set!
Because I love playing Penny, and I think they should make a team up with her and Penny eventually. But that's a different point. The way I've seen is that you have to do a bunch of movement. You have to basically use
Tea,
movement,
anyone?
do damage, or get kill
Trap
to
set!
basically trigger your secondary gun. I don't
Got you
see a
good!
button to swap between them. Then you have Ricochet. Basically, if you can't get the enemy, you can bounce bullets off the high ground to hit the enemy, and they're auto targeted to as many targets as there, because there's 3 there, and in the team up we've seen her hit 2, so I'm gonna assume you can hit between 2 to 5 characters, so or 6 even.
Time to unleash the monster!
That's fine. Now our ult, he's a monster hunter, so having a monster in our ult is pretty cool. That's hilarious. I love that. That's my favorite move. And then she sends it, and then she can also retrieve it. A tidbit that I've noticed when I watched the trailer last, before we move back. If you notice here, it can double stun. So while going, she captures 3. Hela's not on it. Then when she calls it back, Hela gets pinned by the monster on the way back. So it has CC on both directions. And her bullets are piercing like Bucky's are, which is going to be interesting.
Never mess with a bloodstone!
I think, but she's not too strong. These trailers are meant to make them look strong. She's not that strong. We'll know how strong she is when we actually get to play her. But going off of this, she's not that strong. But I think Bucky players will have an easier time picking her up than Widow players and possibly Punisher players. Now let's go take a look at the changes. So we have nerfs and buffs, and I'm going through it here. Doctor Strange has gotten a nerf. His shield will now recover a lot slower now. From 70 seconds, it will take 60 seconds, so if your shield gets broken or takes a bunch of damage, it won't be instantly up. So that's the nerf to Strange. He's the strongest tank in the game. It's a deserved nerf. Alright, and it's not even that bad. Rogue is getting a buff. Her defense and staff now absorbs the damage a lot faster, giving you a higher rate. So you'll be able to use the second half of the ability a lot sooner, rather than having to wait. So that's going to be able to, you'll be able to do more damage basically. Our fatal attraction is you getting a shorter cooldown by 3 seconds, which I think is alright, not too bad, not too good. It's something that she needs because her cooldowns are very long, and with Rogue, what I've noticed is a lot of the times people are just going to survive even if you hit them with a full combo. If you don't have the Gambit team up, this might improve her killing potential, especially since it's a diver. Thor is getting a buff and a slight nerf. So his new the hammer throw, the R1, or whatever button you push on the PC, the right click I guess, will now give him 50 bonus health if he hits an enemy. And it only triggers once even if you hit multiple enemies. To kind of counteract that, Storm Surge now gives him 50 bonus health instead of the 75. Don't think makes a difference. Thor just generates a lot of shield. This is not good because Thor is already very annoying to follow and very annoying to kill. This is not needed. Venom is getting a slight bump to his survivability. Whoever thought Venom needed a health buff needs to be punished. The guy is already very difficult to kill. He's getting 25 more HP, and now his ult will give him more overshield than before. Before it was a 1-to-1 ratio, now it's going to be a 1 to 1.3 ratio, so you're going to get a lot more health. Duelist Deadpool is getting a buff just to his ultimate, where he will heal a lot more in both of his ultimate forms. 35 in his shooting stance, 670 in his stabby stance, blade stance, whatever you want to call it. Moon Knight is getting a slight nerf. His big Moonblade thing that used to give him 108 bonus health will now only give him 75. They should just get rid of the overshield on that. He's just too strong. He's just too annoying as well. Phoenix is getting a nerf. She's losing 25 HP. This might put Hela on the pedestal of the best mid-ranged DPS. So let's see. Psylocke's getting a nerf, uh, but a buff at the same time. Her basic attack is going to have less fall-off damage after 30 meters. Her ultimate has just taken 10 damage off, and I think that might just put it in range where a lot of the healers will be able to survive in their ultimate, because she still hits too hard. That ult, basically, even if there's like two healers back to back patty caking, a lot of the time they just get deleted. Squirrel Girl has gotten a buff. Her Squirrel Blockade will go out faster, which I don't think was needed. Star-Lord's gotten a buff. His ultimate is on a shorter cooldown. Storm has gotten a bunch of changes. Weather Control, Tornado Effect, Wing Blade, and Bolt Rusher under this aura grant Storm bonus health, and damage conversion ratio is 25% up to a maximum of 75 health. Okay, so Thunder Effect gives Bolt Rush a cooldown by 0.5 once per cast, even hitting multiple enemies. Increased Bolt Rush spell field range radius has been increased by 1 meter to 1.5. So this basically says if you remember her R1, which is the zap thing, it will basically charge, you'll be able to get it back sooner if you are doing damage under this aura. And the first one is when you're just making everyone move faster, you're going to get overshield so you just don't die as easily, basically. The new buff, which I think is probably going to make her very strong, is now allies have a decay of over 2 seconds after leaving Aurora's radius. So once they leave, they still have 2 seconds of the speed boost and 2 seconds of the damage boost, which is enough for a lot of characters to do a lot of damage. So I think this might be their answer to getting rid of triple support, because she is going to be acting as a DPS support, essentially. Punisher's ultimate has also gotten a reduction. A lot of the ultimates that are very good at killing healers, have been buffed in an attempt to kind of get rid of triple support. Punisher's is the only ultimate that can kill through almost every single healer ultimate. So that's a bit dangerous, and Star-Lord is also, if given a little bit of a damage boost, he can kill supports in their ults as well. Wolverine's ultimate has been buffed. I don't know why, by that much. You'll be able to use your ult more often, and that is very dangerous. Adam Warlock can finally fly. He's getting a new ability which will allow him to fly, and Soulbound has a new effect which will allow Adam to hover and attack during the ability's duration, which is pretty cool. Susan is getting a nerf. Her force physics is going from 8 seconds to 10 seconds, which is not that bad, but needed, kind of. But I thought they would leave her alone after the last bit of nerfs. Loki's getting a nerf where he's going to be doing less healing and less damage because he's going to go from 12 bullets to 10, which is terrible. Ultron's getting a buff. His drones now heal at a, or basically he just has a larger radius of healing for both of his drones, which is absurd. This team up is gone. This has been with us since season 1-ish, and I feel like this is such a basic team up. It could have just been one of the permanent team ups, like Groot has with Jeff and Rocket, which is probably not going anywhere. Deadpool's team ups has added Elsa Bloodstone, which basically gives him the ability to speak into your ear when Elsa uses her team up, which is annoying. We complained about Deadpool speaking in our ear, and Guangguan was like, here's more of it. Hulk and Thing have a new team up, or Hulk's Thing has been added to Hulk's existing Gamma team up, making it the Pain Bros in one circle. So, because Hulk was not being picked enough anyway, because he wasn't that strong. Now, Hulk and Thing have a more efficient team up, in my opinion, because you're not gonna have a fun time dealing with both of these guys in the same team. His team up isn't that strong, well, not that strong as I've seen from the clips, but we'll know better when we get to play them. This is a useless team up for Mr. Fantastic. This feels like it could have been a basic ability change. They could have just given him an extra ability, which would have done this and given him a much better team up. This is very pointless, in my opinion, and I feel like it's very useless. But I digress. Rocket and Mr. Fantastic are now in the same team up, which allows him to basically control when he turns into a big boy. That's basically it, which I thought was useless. Because they could have been a separate ability and could have given him a much cooler team up. The new team up, which was teased last season, is the Strange and Invisible Woman one. This is probably why Strange has gotten a hit to his shield, and so has Invis gotten a hit to her force physics. Because what this does is basically have Strange, when he does the explodey thing with the buildup of matter, of dark magic, he will now pull people in and give shield to allies that are nearby. That's a bit much, in my opinion. But we'll see how strong it is or how weak it is when it actually comes to play. Invis is essentially still a permaban in most of my ranked games. Like, I've played 12 games in the last 3 or 4 days, and she's been banned in almost 7 games. So, it doesn't look too good for her. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I shall see you guys next time. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.